Good evening, Dragon Warrior Randomizer fans. Welcome to the RPG Limit Break channel, and welcome to the moment you've all been waiting for, the Grand Finals. Race number 1 of the 2023 Winter League. I'm excited. We've got Angel FM, betastrep, DiabeetusT, and dk9146. And joining me in the commentary booth today is the one and only Aaron to you too. How are you doing tonight, Aaron?
I'm feeling great. How are you, Beef?
I am so ready for this.
Absolutely. We have our, as mentioned in chat, a first, third, fourth, and fifth seeded players. A very even matchup. And looking, I think every single one of them has played each other at some point in this tournament. In fact, I think the first race of the year had Angel, betastrep, and Diabetes all in it. The first one of this tournament, and all three of them making it here into the last two. And that's awesome. And DK has faced, I think, we had the quarterfinal. He got through betastrep, and then in the semi, managed to squeak through with Angel. And squeak maybe a little bit too much of a pointed term there, but and here we go. We are in the finals, and this is a sort of, you could say, anyone's game. But holy cow, I have no idea what we're going to see here.
Yeah, they certainly are no stranger to each other. So we've got the timer started. Here we go. We're starting out. We'll see what we got in the treasury to start us off. Or in the throne room, I mean.
Yes, and of course, the thing that they do not want to see would be Erdrick's armor. So keeping an eye on that, we have wings and armor. Oh boy.
Wow. Well then.
And if you were wondering why they did not want to see that, we have permanent repel on, which means immediately our players are repelling an extremely large number of enemies. And Diabetes is resetting the game. I wonder if maybe it was the wings. Did he fail to use the wings? He might want to get those back.
Yeah, might be, because especially when it's in the throne room like this, there's no getting around taking the armor. So this makes it extra interesting.
Yes, there is one positive thing about this scenario, though, is that we have chaos enemies on, and one of the aspects of chaos enemies is that their stats are not necessarily even. So they can have something like just enough attack power and that they are not repelled and no defense whatsoever. So it's going to be a crapshoot. We've already seen, I think, betastrep, was it him? Or maybe it was Angel who took a death from a slime. So
yeah, I think so. Beta in the treasury also finds an extra key and some gold, so free keys as well.
That's a good thing to see. Now you're really hoping to find Erdrick's sword somewhere, but finding both loose sword and armor is probably a little too much to hope for. It's been pointed out by chat, getting that fairy water, that gets you a kill automatically on a noodle enemy if you so happen to be able to do it. It would be a good thing if you could grind it, but I don't think that's possible in this scenario, unless you go in and out repeatedly, which you could do. We won't see that happen.
Yeah, Jerk in the basement. So let's see what we find here. We've got 6 XP on that wolf.
Yeah, Beta taking that down. I didn't know if he used the fairy water or not. The starting strength was particularly terrible, starting at 4. But yeah, picking up level 2, getting out of that level 1 jail, and we'll just see if he continues to be able to fight things. But it looks like we're not having trouble finding enemies, and since they're in these beginning zones, you kind of hope that you're going to be able to get through them. It is also worthy of noting that if you don't check your stats, the first enemy you see will not have that, your stats will not be updated for them. So it is possible that you might see one enemy right away that is killable like a noodle, and then be shut out from them the rest of the game.
Oh, I learned something new every day. All right, we've got Cantlin here on Angel FM screen. Let's see what he's going to pick up here. What we're going to find in the store, even.
There was clothes. However, he's chosen not to give Alina any clothes, unfortunately. The rest of our players are kind of wandering around. He does have, hand axe money, the token saying there. And it looks like the best he can do is a club, unless he decides to go in the locked door.
Yeah, gonna check some coordinates. There was a copper sword, I think, up top as well. But yeah, without going into the... Oh, I didn't catch that. No, yeah, it is fight, eh? Nothing on the search spot. We're gonna fight today.
Oh, there you go. And let's see, the last shop here does have a hand axe. He wastes no frames whatsoever menuing to that sucker. That could be huge in being able to actually kill something. Now, has anyone managed to take out anything except for betastrep so far?
I don't believe I've seen anybody taking anything out yet.
And again, it is quite possible that Beta was able to get through that enemy specifically because it was the first enemy he saw. That might be what has Diabetes doing what he's doing, which I think, now, once you save the game, I don't think it matters anymore. So now I think he's just loading up on some stuff. And Angel getting a kill over a ghost, 190 experience. That's going to be a good enemy to fight for a long time.
Yeah.
Unless he just decided to repel it now. But we do have, level 6 right off the bat, 1 kill. That's amazing.
Yeah, heal and stop spell as well.
Sleep in a bunch of fairy waters. Well, whatever it takes, he's through now. He does have that hand axe, so and some strength, but it's still going to be fairly difficult. I don't think he has anything in particular that's going to help him too much against a tough enemy. He's just going to have to fight something that hopefully is not super weak, but not super strong at the same time. Betastrep getting another kill now at level 3. So we're looking at Diabetes and DK, who are just, until you get the first kill in this game, you're kind of mentally freaking out. So he's got gold. He might try to just run to a town and get maybe like a broadsword. Is probably the best that he's hoping for. And he sees one, but he also sees a rogue scorpion who murders him straight off the bat. Yeah, there's a hard reset. And it looks like Betastrep is continuing to go back in, just picking up more fairy water. I think that's a pretty consistent strat right now. And Angel's got his stuff, I think, but he's still not exactly comfortable. And we saw this Goldman before. I don't think he was able to do any damage to it, but we'll see if he can get it now. Nope, immediately just tries to run away. DK, they got this sleep spell right at the beginning, but it does not seem to be working as much as you would expect in a chaos enemy scenario. But speaking of that, Diabetes does pick up level 2.
Yeah, Angel going to buy some fairy waters, maybe? Yeah.
Yeah, with his 49 defense, he is repelling. If this were the regular game without chaos enemies, he'd be repelling up through Goldman, which is about half of the enemies in the game. So what he's looking at now are the half of the enemies that are the hardest to that hit the hardest that's left.
Yep, gonna run from that Goldman now. Looks like we got a metal slime here on Betastrep's side as well here.
Yeah, also not a very pleasant enemy. Diabetes getting another one down, so it's really, can somebody get to that? Can they get to the wolf to get at least out of level 1, level 2? We'll see if DKs has any luck. He is able to get the metal slime asleep.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw some fairy waters at this metal slime on Angel's side. Sorry, metal scorpion on Angel's side as well here. Defeats it. That's 31 XP.
So something I just learned right now, DK tried to use the fairy water on the metal slime, and it did not do any damage. So that is still in play, even though we have chaos stuff.
Oh, nice. Oh, here's that ghost again for both Angel and Betastrep. That's gonna be nice. Beta puts it to sleep.
Beta's gonna combine. Both feel really good if this things go down, and he's gonna be a little concerned because he's very close to the start, getting 190 experience. But little does he know, he is only the second person to be able to kill one.
Yeah, I think Angel is definitely settling into this nice spot just south of Cantlin here.
Well, we do have a second here. Just to mention, this is a aggregate best of 2 series. Your actual time overall does not matter. It's just your positioning in the races. So if there's any ties for first, there will be a tiebreak race, no matter what the time difference is. And again, it's 5 points for first, then 3 for second, 2 for third, and 1 for fourth.
Yeah, and that's all going to come to a head in 2 days' time on the 24th, Friday night, same time. So stay tuned for that as well. It's going to be exciting.
Let's see, Angel's actually doing some damage to this Wyvern. Wyvern's doing a lot of damage back to him, though. We'll see if he continues to stick around in here. I guess he might as well. I mean, you got to find something to fight at some point that isn't just Fairy Waters. Although in his position, he does have access to more, and we see Diabeetus now finding Caitlyn.
Yeah, puts it to sleep, runs away, gonna heal.
It's a good point. DK got to the ghost. That one ghost puts him at level 6, which, you know, is basically already where everyone else is. The only advantage that Angel really has at this point is 1 level and knowing that he doesn't have to check every Caitlyn shop and stuff anymore.
Yeah, that ghost still hitting betastrep pretty hard, but he gets another one. That's another 190 XP. Gonna move him up to at least 7.
That's a good point. Doesn't seem like Angel's getting a lot of action in this zone. It might just be that he likes the zone, but I think he did kill the ghost down here. Maybe he's hoping just to find that. He didn't see it like betastrep and DK did right near the start.
Yeah, I'm almost certain I've seen him fighting at least a ghost here, but I haven't seen him get one. I haven't seen him get one with any kind of consistency. Definitely not as many as betastrep's had.
And there we go. That's the ghost he was looking for. The ghost with the most experience. So betastrep has made it to Caitlyn, and DK finds Remolder, which would be amazing if we didn't have starting key access. In fact, this could possibly have been just absolutely crucial to be able to get through this. But he does pick up a hand axe. Let's see. No, he's not going to get any defense. He's already got Erdrick's armor. He doesn't need any additional pain. But we'll see if Remolder has anything. I don't think any of our other players have been here yet.
Oh, just an herb.
Yeah, nothing too fancy. We'll see if he needs to get keys. He's probably maxed out, though, because I think everybody, once they saw that starting gold, did that. You don't have to worry about the swamp damage, which is kind of nice with Erdrick's armor. I guess that's the silver lining to all of this.
I suppose. Angel having gotten 8 just now has picked up hurt as well.
We do have the heal hurt before more flag on, so that's something that we don't expect to see heal more and hurt more late, but at this point it could come at any level now because we've already got the prerequisite spells. And now he's picking up level 9, and looks like, let's see, 311, 21, 6. You don't really like to see any agility at all. Just let that sit for now, but
yeah,
the hit points are really nice, especially when you know you're going to be in a damage race with everything that you are at a huge disadvantage in. So Diabeetus has found Grave. We'll see if there's anything interesting here. Looks like a dragon scale. Probably just keep a hold of that for now. Gold and Erdrick's sword.
There's the sword. Nice.
Yeah, it's huge for him because he has not located the ghost like our other players did. So something to help him kind of, equal things out would be really useful. But dang, the strength is the lagging stat right now, severely, all the way up to where Angel is. So even with that sword, I'm not sure how much of a difference it's going to make at this point.
Yeah, Angel's still in this zone, still hunting down ghosts in this desert here.
We'll see if Diabetes takes out this ghost, if he gets the one more swing in and does it. No, he's still alive. I guess he must have rolled a little high on the hit points. But he's going to see that, and we might not see Diabetes leave this area.
Yeah, I would fully expect now that Diabetes has seen this, especially with the sword and the armor, he's going to be here a while. If there's one thing I've learned from watching him is that finding a good zone with some good XP enemies is going to keep him in the same spot for a little bit.
And DK is watering the Droll over here. I didn't see if he's killed one before, but the Droll is heavy on stop spell, so it must feel like a good fight, even though when it doesn't, it hits really, really hard. Now Angel finding Grave as well and picks up his own Erdrick sword, so whatever advantage. Yeah, he's just putting on the scale now. He's gonna play the game normally, more or less. I'm surprised we didn't see anybody get to the sword earlier. I suppose you had to make it there, which was part of the problem. But yeah, it's just been right next to Caitlyn this entire time.
Yeah, it might have been everybody just more preoccupied with finding something to kill.
And that's a good point from chat. DK hasn't really done anything since he killed the ghost as far as killing enemies. He might think that the ghost is gone or something, or that the zone is just bad, or that maybe 190 experience isn't enough to sit on. Now, either way, Diabetes has got his second one in and is kind of getting back into this game where he was, I wouldn't say significantly behind, but until you find something decent to fight here, you just feel completely helpless. And Beta's doing the exact same thing, just staying in this zone near the start, killing ghosts. And there we have the stats for the ghost on the screen. It is somewhat sleep resistant. A little bit more so than maybe we thought, or maybe that was the problem beforehand. I don't know. It does not help that the zone that the ghost is in apparently also has this Droll that is just a wrecking machine, but it looks like DK is going to hang out here for a little bit too.
Yeah, I feel like despite the Droll being there, that ghost just makes it worth it anyway. And everybody's just kind of hanging around there except for Angel.
Yeah, so even if you do get the Droll down, it's not probably worth it. That's a whopping 54 experience for a gigantic pain in the butt.
Alright, DK hitting up Caitlyn.
He's not gonna really be able to do a whole lot. Like, he's already got the axe, and I'm actually kind of curious what he's going to be looking for in the shops, unless he was thinking about doing an actual, walk through Tantagel gold grind, which is possible. He's going to get the no coordinates information here in just a moment, and then probably be like, all right, now what do I do?
Yeah, I suppose the good thing is at least you know you don't have to deal with a search spot anymore.
The experience is more or less in order that the players found a ghost to kill. I think Betastrep was the first, but then tried to do some stuff. Angel has been a little bit more aggressive with it, killing him a little bit faster with that Erdrick sword, and picking up a level 11 here. Still no heal more, still more hurt more, unfortunately. But yeah, he's moving on now. He feels reasonably strong, which is a complete misnomer because 48 strength is terrible at level 11.
Yeah, DK's picked up his sword in the grave now too, so definitely going to be happy about that, especially after seeing that, I don't know, looking at those shops and what he was looking at, didn't seem too excited about picking anything up in Caitlyn, so definitely going to be happy to find that sword.
Also, DK realizing he ran himself completely out of keys. So we're probably going to see him try to make a walk over to Remolder now to get those keys back, which itself could be somewhat problematic, because if he takes more than one death, he's going to be very, very low on gold. But hey, it's a gold man. That's the sort of thing you want to fight when you need gold, right?
Yeah, we'll see what comes of it. Chipping away here.
Well, Beta running from the Knight. I think we did see the Knight was fairly killable and worth a decent amount of experience. I think it was just 80 or so, but that's still pretty good.
All right, everybody equipped with the sword and the armor. The armor, though, being forced on everybody was something I'm definitely going to ask them how they feel about when they get into the commentary booth here after.
Yeah, it was basically guaranteed once we started talking about it.
Yeah.
And it was asked by chat. We do not have the consistent stats flag marked. Sometimes you do that with random rewards. That would have been, I think, particularly cruel in this flag. I think that's one of the least liked flags combinations that we have anyway, when it's just random experience and chaos enemies, but then that flag put on to make them somewhat consistent. If we did that, these ghosts would be worth a whole lot less.
Well, Beta doing the deep dive of Grave here finds a cursed belt in the first spot.
Oh, wonderful. And again, at the point they're at now with their defense, like he has 61 defense, he's repelling quite a few things. And the fact that ghosts are down here just has to feel pretty good. The ghost is not quite on the verge of being defense broke, but it's getting close. So you're not going to see the ghost too much longer if he gets any more defense. But I guess just don't buy a shield and you're not going to get a whole lot more. All right, Angel picking up level 12, 1, 9, 10, 1, and outside. So again, no heal more, no hurt more. We're expecting that to come late, and that's just going to make this a little bit more grindy, but also maybe a little bit more fun for us.
I'm all about making it more fun for us. All right, so Deep Grave is a bust. Second chest was an herb, so nothing down there.
Yeah, no goodies, but he did, he gained the information. Plus, he could fight a ghost or two, I think, on the way down. So it wasn't like nothing happened as a result.
Not a total loss, yeah.
Yeah, and Diabetes still on the grind. DK in the same zone, it looks like. And it's finally getting caught, not necessarily getting caught up in experience, but getting caught up to what other players are doing. Throwing out the heal. Again, the Ghost does hit pretty hard, but it's a pretty reliable two-shot at this point. And Betastrep finding an unfortunate encounter with the Rogue Scorpion. That Rogue Scorpion, if I'm him, and from what we've seen, would not be surprised to see that on a spike tile or in Charlock at this point.
Yeah.
And that's another thing worth noting. We had, it varies a little bit week to week, but we do have full Charlock on with our Chaos enemies. So you're going to have to go the whole distance in this seed through those. And that can be a bit problematic when they roll a bunch of high agility enemies, not easy to run from.
Yeah, I've definitely seen seeds where that's a big problem. So we'll have to cross our fingers for that. If you're looking for cruelty, chat, you cross your fingers for that.
Yeah, Beta and Angel both feel strong enough that they can be moving around. Angel taking out a Poltergeist for 137. So far our ghost enemies seem to be the ghost type enemies seem to be the best. That's a funny little bridge over there.
Yeah.
2 bridges for 1 island with nothing on it.
Oh, I love that. Now, Betastrep's coming up on a town that I'm not sure we've seen before. Okay, it's Garenham.
Alright, as long as he has not ran out of keys, he should get a peek behind whatever is back there. Yeah, not interesting. Yeah, he's not doing anything. Like, why am I visiting this shop? I got full resources. And so 3 chests. Let's see if we get anything good. Alright, first chest is the token. That's our first key item that is required to beat the game. The other ones are mostly required, the sword and armor. Gold on the second. The third one guarded by one of the Garenham hamsters, and it has the fighter's ring, which is a nice pickup.
Gonna slip that on and then come check what's in the basement of Garenham here.
Yeah, the harp trade-in, something you know where it is now. You know where you have to go back to later. Although this, I was gonna say, is this Florida? Just a long. Okay,
yeah,
and there comes
right?
Angel. That might be a good comment for Angel later. So when you walked into Garenham, did you feel like you were going down to Miami? Anyway, he gets his
nice and warm and all swampy too. So
yeah, I guess it's kind of pointing the wrong direction. But enough hating on Florida. Sorry, Florida, as you know you did. So Diabetes is finding Remolder, but I think he's doing it from the back way. Went around the north side and got it. I think DK had found it from the other direction. Again, nothing particularly useful here in Rim. Also worth mentioning, Diabetes is using a unique sprite that he made. I cannot tell from here what that character is or what it's from, but it looks cool. Gives the old man a nice blue beard.
it almost reminds me of Cecil from Final Fantasy.
I think we have one of those though.
Oh, okay, maybe.
It's not good Cecil though. It's evil Cecil. So
yeah.
Actually, I think what Schmeich said with Furion, I think that's correct because I think I've heard him mention that before.
Oh, it might be.
So it might be it. Betastrep also finding Rim about to be horribly disappointed. Although he does check to see that he needs to buy more keys. That's very important. Does get the 2-for-1 Remolder lottery fail. It's like, sorry you did not win this time, but here is this plant. And Diabetes finding Breckenary and immediately leaves. I guess where they are right now, all they really need is a large shield, and I doubt anybody's eager to boost their defense just yet. Angel, however, exploring, finds the Stones of Sunlight in the Stones of Sunlight cave. How vanilla. He's down now just needing the harp, but we have only seen one of our overworld search spots yet. So Hawksness and Cole both have some decent probability there to get to that. We have seen one cursed belt, so we know at least one key item is there, but we're still missing the death necklace and the flute. So
yeah, could be any of those three, and we still haven't found either of those towns either. So yeah, I think what else is missing? We haven't found Mountain Cave. We haven't found the Tablet Cave, I believe.
Yeah, or Swamp, and I think
that's right, Swamp.
I don't know. Either way, Betastrep has seen a cave, and I think he's trying to get around to it, but he's not going to be able to. I don't think this goes that far. or if it does, it goes very, very, very far. And it looks like he's going to try to explore this new area he found. While Angel has now entered into Mountain Cave.
Mountain Cave. Diabetes going to pick up his stones and just gold on the top of Mountain Cave.
It gives us the impression that Diabetes is kind of tracing Angel's footsteps as he goes around here. But maybe not. It seems like he's been kind of going the opposite direction of most of the players so far. Oh, no, never mind. This looks really familiar. Angel getting to the next chest. Finds the flute. It's good to see. He might end up having to deal with one. He hasn't found one yet. You know, and you're probably not thinking about a fairy water finish on a Chaos Dragonlord, although that could be the play.
Yeah, never know. Gonna pick up a torch as well, or find a torch, rather. Shouldn't say pick up. But that also means that, oh, wait, what was on Cole? I didn't see Cole here.
Cole had the Death Necklace, so that means Hawksness
is the harp.
That, or Angel is about to find it here in Mountain Cave, because he still has one check left. But I think
that's right. Yeah, we only saw one Chris Belt. That's right.
Yeah, and we've seen everything else. So we'll see Diabetes in here finds South Swamp. So we'll see if he's going to check the spike tile here. I don't know if there can be anything through Swamp. I guess Hawksness is still out, right?
Yeah, that's right.
And he finds regular slime, who we have seen be a very vicious beast. So we might not see that be the grind, but he did go through, and there is a town, so that is probably very likely Hawksness. There we go.
There we go.
That's what happens when you build your town on a random island through a cave. It gets killed.
It seems like a good idea at first, and then everybody gets tired of it and moves away, and then it gets all old and abandoned like this.
So this could be huge if this spike is something that's easily killable and gives a lot of experience. It is not something that is very safe, though, as he's going to see here in just a moment. The Rogue Scorpion does not hold back and is not very it's not put to sleep very easily. He runs out.
Runs away, yeah.
Yeah, he might just heal up and try this one again.
I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't want to make this trip. I wouldn't want to make this trip again.
Also, while he's healing, we did forget about Tablet Cave, which Angel just got through. Had just a torch, though.
Well, I think that means that this Rogue Scorpion is definitely on the harp then.
Yeah, absolutely. And Angel is on his way through this cave, so Rogue Scorpion worth 79 experience, but it goes down pretty easy, and he does pick up the harp. So there we go. Another key item for Diabetes. We now know where everything important is. Whatever's in Sharlock is not important, and nobody's going to check it. Stones were in Stone's Cave, somewhat unsurprisingly. So seeing Beta and Tablet, he's probably pretty close too, and we'll see if Angel's able to get through this. This Rogue Scorpion fight is not free. He's a little bit low on MP, but I think he can just swing through it as long as he lands all 3 hits. I think that is how... Yeah, it only took 2 hits, actually. So
yeah, there it is.
Reliable 79 experience. I can't imagine that being a grind that you would want to do, but I don't know. Yes, and 140 attack power, which if you are not familiar with the vanilla game, or the vanilla randomizer, that is how much attack power the Dragonlord has in its second form.
Big ouch.
And there we are. Angel warping back. No, he's done with this. He has all of the key items, so he just needs to find the Heart Cave, which he maybe... Oh, he's probably just realizes he's low on keys and is going to drop in here first. That or he's got his caves mixed up.
Yeah, he might have them backwards, but I think your thing's more likely. He's just loading up on keys first.
when all of your key things are really close to the beginning, you tend to run out. Yeah, and he's just going to go... He might go directly for the trade-ins and might... I don't know. Peeking Sherlock in this flag set isn't great. He's going to just try to find something to fight. And now he sees the ghost nearby. He never saw the ghost in this early zone, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think he's ever seen this right here.
Which isn't going to feel too bad, to be honest, because it wasn't like the zone he was in was much worse. It did seem like the enemies were a little bit... Yeah, he's just going to hang out. He's just like, oh, well, I was going to do this anyway.
Yeah, I just kind of fell into his lap right now. Probably a lot happier now that he's seen 2 in a row here.
This is fast. That's just the normal fast leveling that we have in Rando. There's no... This flag set actually doesn't have that many alterations. It's just the flags that are on here are particularly powerful. The Chaos enemies, the Permanent Repel, that tends to carry a lot of weight. Whereas next week, we're going to be in for... Or excuse me, next week, the next race is where something around like 70 to 80% of the flags are just turned on, and that's just, what we call the kitchen sink. It's all craziness.
Some kind of ridiculous. Looking forward to that one as well. Although this one's been definitely a lot more interesting with the armor right off the start.
Yeah, it's made the beginning very challenging, and kind of an update on where everyone is. Again, DK really hasn't found anything yet, but he has got himself back into a position as far as experience goes. So for him, it's like if he's going to stick around in this race, he needs to continue to take good fights and find the things he needs to find very efficiently, which our other players actually have not done so well. The mountain cave here is probably a completely useless endeavor. Coal wasn't necessary at all. Although, you talk about the death necklace being useful, but people are very not inclined to use the death necklace in these sorts of seeds. So we'll see if the hit point stays up really high. We might see that happen, but...
Oh yeah, I'm just looking at the max HP, and we are definitely into Death Necklace territory. But again, like you say, whether or not that actually gets used is another question. I feel like Angel's just gonna stay here until these ghosts stop being repelled, or start being repelled. I mean,
it's really the only enemy I think we've seen much from. And I don't know, there's commentary about the flute. Maybe, like we just saw Diabetes run from a golem. It's possible some of our players have ran into one and think it might be in Sherlock, but it is a little surprising because the, blanket, it's a 1 in 38 chance that the golem is on the spike, and then an even smaller chance that it's something that is going to prove to be much of a threat at the end. Have we seen anybody actually fight through a slime?
I don't believe so. Oh, look at this Angel getting 14 and just getting every spell he didn't have.
Well, that's nice. And I think while he was doing that, betastrep did pick up the harp. Also, Nopes out immediately out of this fight. And, we were talking before about the knights and how everyone's running from them, even though they're okay experienced. It's probably the 50 to 70 damage they're putting out right now.
Oh, ouch. 219 attack power on them.
Oh, it was 4 experience. Somebody told me it was worth a lot of experience. Who did that? Who's lying to me? I'm just kidding. Yeah, so yeah, we don't need the knight. Hopefully nobody has to kill any more of them the rest of the game. And betastrep is, I think he's gonna test the spike here. Oh no, he's just walking back. Nope, he's doing both.
Oh no, there he is. Yeah, he's gone.
slime hits pretty hard. Yeah, he's going to use some fairy waters. We'll see if he can take it out before it takes him out. This could be a good test. Once you have heal more, like in your angel situation, that slime, if it's good experience, I would say anything short of like, if you can take it out with 2 heal mores, maybe even 3, that still might be worth it. Just with a town somewhat nearby. And get the feeling Angel he got lost or something, because I think he's looking for Garenham? Or maybe he's looking for Cole and hoping for the Death Necklace. That's possible.
It could be, I suppose. I'm not quite sure where he's heading right now, because if I'm not mistaken, Garenham is not this way.
No, Betastrep does find Cole. I think... No, I don't think he's been here before. So he's going to pick up the Death Necklace. And again, if the hit points stay up, I think you use that regardless. And then he just sneaks a little bit of money in there. I don't think he really needs it for anything, but... And Angel taking another Poltergeist. Always nice to see those. It looks like DK, we haven't caught up on him recently, but he is still grinding. And he is really close to getting Heal More and Hurt More. Imagine at that point he is done, and it's just going to push the exploration button. But if you were like him and feel like you had a rough start, usually the response to having a bad start is to grind like crazy and hope that the other players take some bad deaths.
Yeah, and I'm imagining that decision comes a little bit more easily with the fact that you don't have Heal More and Hurt More yet, because you're thinking the more you grind, if you are on the grind and everyone else isn't, and you get those spells, it'll make it a little bit easier for you.
Okay, worth noting, Diabetes, where he just went, we do not have him with the token yet, which means he may not have seen Garenham, and Garenham is southeast of Charlock. Is he going to see that now? Or is he going to think he's already been there and not go that direction? It's okay. Yeah, he just popped up on his screen. Hopefully he saw that. But it's just interesting that he kind of alluded it on 2 different occasions now, I think.
Yeah, definitely heading that way now. Gonna hit up backwards Miami.
And yeah, so Beef, you were talking about singing. You want to sing us some Will Smith Miami?
Oh God, no. Oh no, I don't think I could. Even if I tried, it would definitely not make for. We want people to stick around.
All right, I got you.
Oh, I'm getting thank yous in the. I'm getting thank yous in the chat for not doing it. So, so I think I'll just stick with that decision. Here's the fighter's ring for Diabetes, and he's going to pick up those the token as well here.
Yeah, this order of exploration is actually going to be pretty good for him, because he found the harp before he found the harp trade-in. And whenever that happens, you generally feel pretty good. He didn't need the token until now, so he'll be caught up on all of the key items, and actually be just behind Angel as far as that's concerned, just because Angel has gotten a couple of levels. Now, Betastrep, once he gets the Garenham, will get his goodies as well. And all that leaves DK with a little bit of an experience lead on the other 2, but no key items as of yet. So he might end up going through some places that our other players won't. But looks like he found Swamp first, so maybe he'll get the harp before Garenham, like some of our other players did. No,
that'll be fortunate. Yeah, Diabetes about to go and trade in for the rainbow drop, and then I fully expect him to just keep on busting ghosts out in front of Tantagel here.
Well, when you put it like that, it makes me want to say, busting makes me feel good.
Love it. Oh man, yeah, the ghosts and the poltergeists have just been the enemy.
Yeah, there really hasn't been much of anything else that has been useful or interesting. So there we go. Yeah, we're just ghost busting here. That's what this seed is about.
That's what it's all about. So we got to figure out which one's Venkman and which one's Egon and which one is Ray and who's Winston here.
I'm gonna leave that one up to chat.
Yeah, I think that's good.
I don't know. Maybe one of them can be Tully, who managed to zap one ghost. I think.
Yeah, that's right. And yeah, that's right, Tilo. DK does not have any of the items yet, unless he's picked up the harp, which is here in Hawksness. Yeah, no, he just picked up the harp here. But yeah, that's been the first one for him. Kind of started out with a little bit of a late start, not getting to level 2 for quite a while, and then ended up grinding to the point where he's caught up with Angel on levels.
Yeah, so it's really just a matter how quickly, in what order do they find. From the area DK is at, I think he'll find Stone's Cave before Garenham, but is he going to have to go through Mountain Cave? Is he going to have to, possibly deep dive Grave? I don't think he would do that one just yet, but there's a lot of things that can kind of distract him from the other stuff. And of course, the fact that he has the harp before Garenham means he'll be able to pick up the token at the same time as getting the staff trade in.
Yeah, and you find your Stone's Cave, and you're right back in it.
So Angel's been moving around the map a little bit. I'm wondering if he is just trying to find a better grind somewhere, because it seems like that would be the only reason why he wouldn't be standing put where he was. It is also possible that maybe he's repelling the ghost, but I haven't seen, we don't see a huge defense difference, so I don't know. We'll have to keep an eye on him and DK to see if they see him or not.
Yeah, I thought for sure I saw DK, who is at the same level, fighting a ghost, but now that I look at this, Angel put on the dragon scale, and I'm wondering if maybe that little bit made a difference.
Well, that's a good point Tilo made. We did have, we did have the ghost up on screen at some point.
Oh, that's right.
If you were thinking about it, you could have made that now, and this is why Tilo is the 2 seed.
Yeah, there you go, 81 attack power, so that'll need 82 defense.
Well, if Angel had misplaced the drop cave, he certainly remembered where it was just now. So he's quite the bit of stats. Again, no death necklace. I don't know what 149 hit points. That's you equip it regardless anyway. I think once you get to a point where equipping it, still puts you in like the 120s, 130 range, and then there's really little reason not to, even though it could be, the difference between life and death if the Dragonlord sleeps you. But just considering where our attack power is, that might be something worth considering, because it's bad and it might not get good for a long time.
Yeah, sitting at 98 attack power at level 14 with the sword. Yikes.
And just a reminder, this is race 1 of 2 in the finals here. So the winner is whoever has the highest point total overall. So even a second or third place finish in this race could be much better than last. At last, the best you can hope for is a tiebreak force, which we have seen before. I think it was just 2 years ago with the crazy tiebreaker race final between Angel FM, Dr. Mr. Holmes, and High Spirits.
Yeah, and even last year, if I'm not mistaken, the first place finisher in the first race did not end up being the overall winner.
Yeah, that last year, both Angel and Betastrep were in the finals last year. Betastrep won the first race, Angel in second, and then in the third race, or excuse me, the second race, Angel ended up winning that one, and Betastrep, I believe, I can't remember if he was third or fourth. I think he was last. Although by that point, even finishing third wouldn't have been enough.
Yeah, definitely want to finish as strong as you can, but even last place, you're not. Even last place in this first race, and you're not entirely out. So definitely, definitely still hope alive for all four of these racers, regardless of their finish tonight.
What is the chance that Droll will be on the last spike tile before the Dragonlord? I will say 1 in 10. Because I don't remember exactly how they pulled the spikes, if it's the same as the potential Sharlock enemies. But I think there are 10 enemies set up for Sharlock zones based on difficulty. And the Droll is definitely one of them.
Well, I'm gonna change your odds of that by saying no. It couldn't possibly be something like what could possibly go wrong, or something. I've got to find a way to jinx it.
All right. Well, DK is now going through all of the miscellaneous worthless caves, although he did pick up the fairy flute, so that's worthy of note. And I think he didn't have a choice. I don't think he threw anything out, so we don't have to harass him with his own emotes. Yeah, Angel and Diabetes now are just grinding for the end of the game. Both decided just to stick to the ghosts, which, I mean, we haven't seen anything better. So
yeah, it's been the best. It's been the best around.
All right, Betastrep also in the same scenario. A bit of an experience lead on Diabetes, though, so we'll see how that matters all going into the end. Which, again, we have a full-size Sharlock, all with the Chaos enemies, etc. So who knows what that is going to be like. And also a Chaos Dragonlord. So the go level may not be obvious to us when they decide to go. Obviously, 100 attack power isn't going to be it. You'd probably want to be doing something over 120, at least with the Death Necklace, like in the mid to high 120s, no matter what your MP and HP are.
Yeah, and if it rolls down, you might get lucky too, and go sooner than somebody else feels comfortable. And with a Chaos Dragonlord, you just never know what's going to happen, and I love it.
True, and as Tilo mentioned, the Chaos Dragonlord himself, not Dragonlord 2, but Dragonlord 1, could roll ridiculously high, could be a pushover, we don't know. We've already seen one race in this tournament where the hardest enemy in the game was in fact the Spike before, which was a Droll, earning the name Dragonlord, which existed beforehand, but now we've seen it in action.
Just had to make a resurgence.
Yeah, just peeking in from the side. Remember me as he, what was it? Either DL2 breathed you or did, I think he had 248 attack power or something.
Yeah,
like that.
I remember
Absolutely
him hitting
crazy.
for like some crazy amount, like in the 80s at least.
Yeah, right. Talking about, Diabetes is heading in the direction of Sharlock, so we will see if he's able to get through there. And you were right. The Dragonlord breath was the good attack, and at least it could go to sleep. Of course, the real challenge in that seed, which I mean, I don't need to tell you guys who were in it, but was surviving the Dragonlord, or the Droll Spike with enough resources to take out the Dragonlord 1, who was also very, very vicious. And then I think Dragonlord was just like 120 hit points. It was the easy part of the fight, but you had to actually get the resources to get through. And I think Tilo, you went the just massively gain levels to what, 27 or something like that. It's crazy. Yeah, the agility was so high you couldn't even use fairy water strats to get through both, because you would run out of the fairy waters before the other one.
All right, Diabetes filled up on herbs, rested at the inn, and looks like he's about to go make this bridge a thing.
He might be just trying to see what enemies are in here and if he can throw
Yeah.
hurt mores at him. That's a possibility. If he were really going seriously, I think he would have picked shield up.
Oh, that's a good point as well.
So immediately nopes out of the first one here is blowing the fairy flute on the golem. If this guy gives a lot of experience, then maybe all the fairy flute haters will be eating crow.
Oh, Golem gonna make him blow the flute again, though.
I believe Smashy has requested a recap of the entire tournament. What is probably most useful to know is that our first race of the year, the first race of the entire tournament was Angel FM, betastrep, DiabeetusT, and Cyberdark. So 3 out of those 4 people have made it this far, and also that's 4 of our players here are out of the top 5 seeds. So this group has more or less dominated this tournament and has made it through here. I think, Diabetes ended up with 22 points, I think, or 23
Something
points.
like that.
1
4 out of the
second place.
Yeah, 4 out of the 5 races were first.
Yeah, really just kind of crushed the whole thing. And I think he has, he finished second in the quarterfinal race and then won the semifinal. So he's finished behind people a total of 2 times this entire tournament. Very, just very dominant. But right now, kind of wondering where he is, because as soon as DK is able to get his gear, he's just a little bit ahead of Diabetes at this point on the experience and might be able to get forward ahead of him, because Diabetes is not getting a bunch of experience right now. He has to be hoping for something amazing on the spike, I think.
Yeah, it looks like Angel's going as well, just again, not having bought a shield at all, so again, like you say, might just be exploratory here.
It might just not be something they're too worried about as well. You know, at some point you just kind of forget about it. And yeah, we do see the slime, totally not worth it. 6 experience, 144 agility, 54 hit points. That's terrible.
Diabetes just pulling out the bazooka to deal with the fly here. Gonna hurt more of that slime for like no XP.
True, and betastrep has purchased a shield, and he's still fighting this ghost, so he's not defense breaking it yet. And looking at where Angel is, depending, it would really come down to whether or not he's equipped that dragon scale, which, you know, for our trackers to figure out when people get it early and don't equip it is about impossible. But if he had equipped that, then at level 16 he will be defense breaking the ghost. But if he hasn't, he won't.
So Diabetes making it to the bottom floor. Let's see what we've. Let's see if he makes it to the spike tile first, and then we'll see what it is.
Yeah, Angel's a few floors back, but is stuck here on the slime in zone 2.
Yeah.
And again, with the chaos flags, whenever you have chaos enemies on, it reverts the enemy run block rates. The modifiers that usually make Red Dragons, Armored Knights, and Stonemen particularly difficult. It reverts those to zones, and those run block rates get put on Charlock. So everything in Charlock becomes somewhat difficult to run from. But that might be what both of our players are doing here, is just trying to get a feel for what Charlock is like, because knowing that could be useful. But yeah, Diabetes has used a lot of stuff. It looks like, and it's a droll. That is
the droll.
Not really what you want to see. But it looked like he tried to run, changed his mind, and is now just gonna beat it up. Like, maybe he didn't realize it was the spike initially. Or maybe he's taken a death warp. No, he gets through it.
Oh, and
with
crits.
1 hit point. Oh, he's taking a death warp. That was
Yeah.
exactly what he wanted, that spike knowledge. And now he knows that that is not even the best spike. we do have, and again, I've wondered a little bit about possibly somebody who might have sat on that 2-shot rogue scorpion for 70 experience, but I think the ghost here, the 1 in 5 ghost in the desert, is probably still better than that.
Yeah, I think that's what Diabetes is about to spend the next several minutes doing here. Oh, or not.
Yes, the 1 in 10 chance for the droll to be on the spike. There you go. I'd completely forgotten we had that conversation.
Yeah.
All right, and everybody is still grinding. It does not seem like... Is DK found something, or is he just finding more ghosts? Because we're still kind of looking, unless we somehow missed him getting to Garenham, he's still looking for that last bit of stuff, and he's not doing it right now, which is kind of curious. If that's the case, you think people would rush to it.
Yeah, being the only one without the token, I don't know. I don't know what the decision is here, but you like you say, maybe he's found a good spot here. Although now there's just nothing showing up for him. He's just been walking back and forth for the last minute and a half. There we go.
Yeah. And speaking of that, Angel has been, and he gets through the Dragonlord. So,
oh wow,
Dragonlord was not too terrible. It looked like he didn't have any abilities. So, throwing out the stop spell immediately works. So if it has sleep, we're not going to see that. And going straight to the fairy water. Again, his attack power with the amount of fairy waters he has, I think he can clear about 170, maybe a little bit more than that. Again, he does have a lot of hit points. So we'll see if he can get some doubles. But he's in a fairly decent spot to win this right now.
Yeah. See how it goes. Plenty of fairy waters as well. Although for 9.
Yeah, but again, he does have a bunch of hit points. He doesn't quite have... the attack power isn't super high. I think... What is that? 121. So he's going to be rolling 5 to 10.
Oh yeah,
that is going to be bad. But like I said, I think he can get in the mid 100s, which is about half of the amount of hit points the Dragonlord can have. So you might as well go for it, which is what he's doing.
just might get lucky, and hey, you never know. It might just work out for him, and that's going to be that, and he wins the first race.
Yeah, if we saw a sleep or a heal in the back end, that might be all he needs. We're not going to see the sleep at this point, I don't think, but that late heal is a possibility. And the Dragonlord is not... that lack of shield might actually be preventing him from getting a double or two here, because he's just not able to out-heal the damage that he's getting right now. Oof, swinging for 5. I mean, you can't hope for a lot, but you want better than a minimum. We have no idea where his damage is unless somebody in chat is keeping track. But there is a double chance, finally. Again, just the lack of defense is making this really difficult. Although 70 isn't super bad, but it's not what you usually have here.
Yeah, we got two more heal mores. See if we can get another double, but I mean, still, again, the 9's not bad considering that's almost your max.
And we'll see if he doesn't get through here. Betastrep is right behind him in Sherlock with the Death Necklace, which I would not be surprised if we see him throw out. But there we go, another 9. Last swing here for Angel, maybe. Ooh, gets hit exact 41. Unfortunate, but he put a pretty good roll on that. We'll see what chat has for the final count there, but that was about enough. That could have killed a normal Dragonlord, theoretically. So we'll see. Betastrep now in the basement. I believe he has full resources, and maybe he will be able to get through here. I don't know if he has the fairy water. Well, he had a bunch before, and I don't know if he stocked up. While all that's happening, Diabetes is grinding here on the Rogue Scorpion, which we mentioned before, and DK is getting his gear for go. So he's got level 16. We might see him run at level 16 as well.
Yeah, you never know. Maybe DK just makes an immediate beeline for it once he picks up the rainbow drop here.
So yeah, Beta through the droll is in tons of herbs, really good shape, had a very good walk,
Yeah.
has a decent amount of fairy waters. The question will be, does he equip the death necklace or not? Because I don't think he's going to have too much of a better chance than Angel did if he doesn't. But the death necklace is a ton of AP right now. 121 to 131 is a massive difference.
Huge difference, yeah.
Yeah, and he goes for it. This is risky. It's always a little bit risky in Chaos to equip it, because if that's one less round, you can stay awake against the Dragonlord. And he's seeing this guy swing weak. He's herbing up. Beta is playing this, I don't know if he realizes, playing really smart here. Yeah, and he's got a decent amount of hit points, but he doesn't hit hard. And I think he might be... No, he's not defense broken, but he's like almost defense broken, you know? Oh, and he does have that heal in the end. Yeah, Beta's going to swing right through that.
Yeah.
That's nothing. And there we go. Let's see what we happen. We're 100% in here. We know what happened with Angel. We have no any idea how much the hit points have, except it was over 150, 153. Betastrep does have that death necklace. Probably not keen on too many doubles, but still throwing out the fairy water. It's slightly better than his attack power, just by the smallest of amounts.
Yeah, just a little bit. And yeah, you got him. You may as well use him.
Yeah, it's 715 to 9 to 16. You'll take those fairy water damage.
Ooh, max damage on that one.
Nice. And now he is swinging for 8. His damage rolls again 7 to 15, so that's not great. But we'll see where this goes. And he did get the stop spell to land right away. So if he does have a heal on the back end, once he sees that might be a guaranteed victory. You never know. Sometimes they have heal and they don't use it, and then you think that they have, never mind. There's another 11. Just swing and heal more over and over again. We're leaving the tracking to our trackers or to chat here to know the exact numbers, but 9.
Ouch.
Anything in double digits doesn't feel terrible. Like even a 10, you're like, okay. Single digits, you're just biting your lip. Oh, there we go. There's a nice 14. Yeah, and he's closing in on where Angel was. I don't know how much further he's going to be able to get. He's not getting any doubles out of this, so that could be a bit of a problem. But we see DK walking into Sharlock now as Beta has 2 heal mores left, so about 4 hits left to go.
There's a 10. Not the greatest.
No, I mean, there are no crits on the Dragonlord, by the way, in this version. He pulls out an 8. I think he's cleared Angel's damage range now. Just depends on how much further he has to go. Last hit did 9. This one is 10, and that is not enough. Level 16
no, sir.
Would not feel super good. I don't feel like his rolls were on average. Like, that seemed a little bit low, but yeah, now he's out. You're going to have to heal up somewhere with the Death Necklace, and then grind and redive, very likely.
Yeah, now Diabetes... let's see, Diabetes is a level behind. Oh, Angel just got 17, it looks like, here as well.
An extra 4 attack power. That's probably the key thing, and a bunch more hit points. Another 12 stack on top of that. I don't think the extra MP isn't going to lead to another heal more, because you're going to want to cast Stop Spell there anyway. So we'll see if Beta dives in immediately, or if he's just getting stocked up and is going to grind. for another level. Really feel like 17 is possible here. Especially those extra hit points make doubles a little bit more likely. It just wasn't in the cards for betastrep there at all. Is DK swinging through this golem? Using the flute and swinging instead of running away? It's a little surprising.
No, there he goes.
Yeah, you know, sometimes people will do a dive and grind on a Chaos Sharlock, or on a regular Sharlock, but Chaos Sharlock, you don't see that as much. You usually fight what you have to fight, and that's it. Because sometimes the agility is just too vicious that you can't run away from them. So you sleep and run, or you throw out, in extreme cases, a hurt more or something like that.
Looks like Diabetes is going after this Rogue Scorpion for 70-something XP now.
Again, it's not a lot of experience, but it is a one-shot hurt more fight.
Yeah,
I imagine. I don't know. We haven't been tracking him with everybody else because everybody else has been running now in Sharlock. So we already seen Diabetes go down there once, and he's gonna. The big thing for him is whether or not he tries at 16. Because 16 does not look, it's not a safe or an easy fight. And we'll see where DK is on this dive, if he is able to do what betastrep was not. And again, we've seen what, how much damage was it, 167 done to him. I think he can do more than that, but...
Yeah, Joe Black in chat. Yeah, looks like Angel's going for 18, and we'll see if betastrep tries it on 17. I'd be interested to see if Beta's gonna decide to go after getting that HP boost. Oh no, sorry, it's not that much of a boost. He's just still got the death necklace on. That's right.
Oh, the one thing to note again, if he has the, and I keep mentioning this, but if he has the scale equipped, once he gains a level, he's going to be, this ghost won't even be possible anymore. It's going to disappear. So.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And you were right. This is the range right now where attack matters the most. Once you clear like 130 as a base, then it starts to not matter quite as much, but you're still saving multiple rounds of fights with every 1 or 2 AP you get. So it's very good, even with the death necklace already on. Oh, DK got bounced out. What happened to him? I missed that.
Oh, I didn't catch that either. Actually, I was watching betastrep and Angel here.
Oh, he died to the droll. So is he going to try it again? Is he going to... the path he's walking is... I can't remember if that's the way to Sharlock.
Yeah, I think it is.
All right, so it looks like he's just going right back at it. Just like, you know, like, nope, this is dumb. You know, probably hitting himself a little bit. Gonna heal up there in the town next door and go back in.
Yeah, I almost wonder if he's feeling behind after that start, and maybe that's why he's a little bit more desperate to try and make it work.
You know, I don't know. He must, again, I think for anyone to think 17 strongly is either hoping for a low hit point Dragonlord or is specifically thinking about equipping the Death Necklace. We'll see if that ends up mattering at all. Like, we're still in the attack range where it's really important, but Angel picking up level 18 right now and another 5 attack power. That could be, yeah, he's going directly in. He's going now.
Yeah, he's gonna fill up on the fairy waters. Can't imagine he leaves here without a shield.
Well, Beta is going at 17, and he has the geographical advantage right now. DK is healing up. He's going to go in at 16, so And it looks like Diabetes is deciding to go as well. So we're going to see all 4 of our runners here in Sherlock at the same time in a grand finals race in just a moment, you know, assuming they all remember how to get there. Yeah, all sorts of hype going on right now. Again, DK in first, but he's the lowest level. Diabetes in the same boat right now. The extra defense from betastrep might be enough to swing this, to make it a little bit safer, possibly get an extra double or two, but it also might not matter at all. You know, at this point, the hit points being where they are for him. And will the lack of Death Necklace impact Angel here at all, or is he at the point where it's not going to matter? A whole lot of questions we're going to see the answers to here in just a little bit. And there we go, more flutes. So getting away from the golem, you have a surefire way of doing it, but it is slow. And that could let, if we see a lot of those on a particular player, it could let somebody else past them. There we go. Yeah, the difference between Diabetes running away first try from a Drakima and DK having to blow the flute on the golem. Yeah, Diabetes almost got away from 2 enemies in the same time and has briefly taken the lead and then just runs away from the golem that
just
time.
Runs, yeah.
And meanwhile, betastrep is not too far behind them. You wonder if any extra enemies might be getting repelled at the range he is. Kind of, maybe the Drakima, that'd be about it, because I think the other ones we've seen hit way too hard to get repelled at all, ever.
Yeah, Angel with the extra level on betastrep is about to enter Sherlock as well. So yeah, we're gonna get all 4 of them in Sherlock at once here. That's exciting. I'm loving this. Yeah, Tilo's saying it well in the chat. There's not a finish order that's unreasonable right now. It's still anybody's game right now. Three out of the 4 of them on the basement of Sherlock at the same time. Look at this. Alright, DK about to... oh, no. Sorry, I was saying Diabetes about to hit the spike tile here. DK just getting through it. About to be declared a fool.
I'm not sure how long I was talking by pressing down the wrong button for push to talk, so I apologize if I was silent there for a little bit. But here we go. DK on the final fight first. Of course, the big question is, does he have enough to do it? He equips it beforehand. We know this Dragonlord doesn't hit too hard, so this could be potentially useful, especially if he's able to keep herbing up.
Dragonlord misses.
Oh, so is that he is defense broken?
Yeah, defense broken for sure.
We couldn't really tell that before, but it must just be. And we'll see. Yeah, I think no, DK's got through full resources, has you know, pretty much the HP you're gonna expect there. So immediate stop spell. From what we have not seen the heal yet. It could still be there if this is like a max hit point Dragonlord, or we just have not had that luck.
Yeah, we very well may have just not gotten into that range yet. All 4 of them on the Dragonlord at the same time.
Imagine if all 4 of them managed to win this. That would be insane.
Wow.
There we go. Betastrep getting through just a little bit before Diabetes, kind of sneaking in. And definitely a little bit stat-wise on the edge. Everyone's got the Death Necklace on except for Angel at this point. So Angel's going to need some of them to not finish this because there is no realistic way he's going to catch up in this fight. Oh, Angel does not have the Death Necklace. That's the problem.
So, yeah, that's right.
Everyone throwing out the Heal Mores. I don't know if we saw Diabetes and Betastrep throw out the Stop Spell or not. That might be a strategy to not use it since you hadn't seen them already getting into like the 160s.
Yeah, I mean, you might just be thinking you get an extra round of attacks out of it.
There we go. We like the odds if Angel is able to for Angel to win here. We just don't know about our others. Betastrep, you feel a little bit better than DK, but DK get in here first. As long as the rolls continue to be decent, 11 is about average.
Yeah, not sure on the counts, but Betastrep I don't think has been... Oh no, that hit was okay. But there have been a few low rolls on Betastrep's side, I believe.
Yeah, I was going to say 17 is good. 12, not bad either. Yeah, he's rolling, was it 8 to 17, so, 12 is a little bit on the low end. That's still good. And yeah, I don't know if anybody is able to count this. It looks like Artorias got to count for Betastrep, which is looking fairly good. But it's really, where is DK right now in this fight? He's got a multi-round advantage. Is he going to be able to clear this guy?
Yeah, starting to run pretty low on those heal mores. One more left.
No, it doesn't matter how much MP you have left when you win. All that matters is you win. So we'll see if he. I don't think he's going to try to do anything fancy here at the end. Just swing and hope. Ooh, 7. That's not what you want. And one more swing. That is a 9, and that is not enough. And yeah, just a little, not quite enough to get through that one.
Oh no. Diabetes. Oh, look at that. There's the win for Betastrep.
Yep, that extra strength just enough. He used the Fairy Water 2, gets through. Diabetes also down on the Dragonlord. So GG's the Betastrep getting out the win. Second straight race 1 win in the finals here. And that's 5 points and taking pole position in this finals race. Now, both Diabetes and DK are bounced out, but Angel now on his own fight. We didn't see what that hit point range was, but Angel's got a real legitimate chance here to win this as well.
Yeah, having been on this fight for a while, I can't believe that he's, especially knowing that Betastrep just did it. There we go. There's the kill for Angel. Get to GG's in the chat for Angel FM. Wow, that was so close.
Yeah, GG's the Angel again. Did not have the Death Necklace, which held some things up, but it winds up that just that one extra level was enough. It might have cost him a position in this race, but he was able to get through. And yeah, we see 182 on the Dragonlord. So both DK and Diabetes are really close. They're not going to need much more to do this. And, on that note, it looks like Diabetes is heading that direction again. DK is going to grind one more level.
Yeah, both of them with the Death Necklace equipped, I believe, at this point. Yeah, they're both sitting there at 131 attack power. I feel like if DK grinds the level out and Diabetes keeps trying here, I feel like it's going to be DK's, but you never know. We'll see. I mean, it's doable if you're lucky.
All right, and we do have in chat with us our race winner for today. GG's to Betastrep. Very well run race. Just tell me what your thoughts are right now.
I felt like the entire seed, except for the start, went really poorly. I second guessed myself on the decision to push exploration before I learned outside. Diving Grave and Mountain and Tablet without that felt real bad, and I was really worrying about my grind decision. I was worrying about somebody possibly finding a better zone somewhere else, but I just never saw anything worth fighting other than the Ghost all seed long, which is just really weird.
I can tell you from our point of view, we didn't see anything better either. I think briefly Diabetes was grinding on the Rogue Scorpion and Hawksness, just single shot Hurtmores, but that was just not. It didn't even seem like that was keeping pace with the ghosts and the zones out in the desert. So that's what I remember. There's a few Ghostbuster references in comms on this one. But yeah, that start, I think you were the first person to gain a level. Not the first one to see a ghost, but I think you were just right behind Angel on that one. So, I mean, what's your thought process going into this? Getting getting armor on a permanent repelcy right away?
Well, in practice, I rolled like 40 seeds in a row, just waiting until something rolled armor into the throne room, and then I ran that, and I figured if it happened in our tournament race, my top priority would be just to see if I could cheese something in one of the first 3 zones, if I just happened to luck out and find something that I could just chip down quickly, or if we had an extra key at the start, I was definitely going to commit to raiding for fairy water or torches or something like that, and then just hope and pray that I could take something down in 2 hits, and if I had a sleep spell, I could chain those 2 things together to try to get off the ground, because the armor starts are really challenging if you don't have a town nearby or a cave nearby with something that can help you fight enemies when you're defense breaking the easiest stuff.
Yeah, and that strategy seemed to serve you pretty well. I do want to mention this because, I mean, obviously you know that Angel was right behind you there at the end, but the actual both Diabetes the Second and DK were in Charlock fighting the Dragonlord. Like, so all 4 of you were on the Dragonlord at the same time. It was a very epic way to end up this first race. So, you know, GG's to all of you. I think it was you and Angel both had fought it previously, but Diabetes had gotten to the spike tile and just noped out, and I think DK, that was his first fight. So, I mean, we're seeing right now Diabetes is kind of coming through, and DK's getting ready to do his own dive, but it wound up being a very even feel race. Like, you had an experience lead at some point, and then kind of relinquished it with some of the exploration, but then at the end, you know, I think you made the right decision just sitting on that ghost at the end.
Yeah, I had major concerns when I failed my first fight, but like I rolled 167 on him, and I was just like, oh man, I was just worried that like maybe the Dragonlord had 175 or something, and my decision to open with a stop spell is what cost me the fight. But he actually rolled quite a bit higher than that, so I feel like it would have taken a fair bit better damage rolls and RNG as far as like getting doubles and things like that to have any chance of winning at the previous level.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. We actually showed it on screen already. If it was 184 or 194, so you were not very far off. But the likelihood that 182, excuse me. So you were actually very close. But that it's still more than 1 roll away, I think, with what you had in your attack power at the time.
I think my range at the previous level was, I want to say it was 7 to 15. So if I max rolled, like if I hadn't opened with the stop spell and I had max rolled, I would have won, but that's an unlikely scenario.
Yeah, and on this, you know, while we're talking about this, GG's to Angel, who has, he actually got in here just about, 44 seconds behind you, but couldn't really say much. It was a very well-run race. It seemed like one of the big deciding factors there was the death necklace for you. Did you have any thoughts about possibly running it down, or were you just hoping to out-level it?
I was just hoping to level it at that point. I mean, I hadn't seen any curse belts or anything. I was not bothering at that point.
Yeah, I think we saw 1 cursed belt, and I think that was Betastrep who did the deep dive of Grave. So we kind of had an idea for chat, but that makes sense. I think we were talking about the pace of the seed. I think you saw the ghost first. Like, what were you thinking about? You know, seeing armor right away. Did that? You obviously have to change your strats a little bit for that. You know, how did that kind of change your mindset going into this?
I mean, it just came down to, okay, let's see if we find a town. Let's see if we find a cave. okay, well I died, so let's save, let's see what's in the treasury, and, you know, happened to be key gold, so full keys, no problem, and then finding a town which happened to be Cantland, and picking up all the fairy water that I did allowed me to kill that ghost, especially with sleeps, helped a lot.
Yeah, I did have a little bit of sleep resistance, but I think it was just 4 out of 16, so it wasn't anything too crazy. I want to keep an eye on what Diabetes is doing here, as he is winding down his fight with the Dragonlord. This is his second attempt at 16. I think he went in and picked up some more supplies, and I have no idea where he is on the numbers, but we'll see if he's able to get this.
Yeah, I think I did 158 to DL2 on 16 with fairy water.
And we did mention it looked like your rolls were on the fairy water and everything were kind of bad. And looks like Diabetes is throwing a fairy water here at the end. Rolls a 16, but it's not enough, so he's going home as well.
No,
but,
sir. Yeah, DK's on level 17 as well. He picked up 17 as Diabetes was going in on 16. So I believe DK's got enough resources now to definitely make this work.
Yeah, I mean, I decided just to take the risk at 16. I'm like, you know, we got a ton of HP, we got a ton of MP. If this thing happens to roll low, I mean, it was a really great play. If not, well, then I've wasted like 5 minutes, 5-6 minutes doing this.
I had exactly the same thought process. I'm like, I'll cover half of DL2's range as long as I get there with full resources. And this is assuming worst case scenario where he just doesn't have any abilities at all. But like if he had sleep or something and I land that stop spell, then I probably beat him even if he has 200 HP. So it's just like, I felt like it was an odds-on play to do it.
Yeah, I mean, that was the same exact thought I had. If it has something, because I used stop spell, it would land it the first try, so I was hoping. And my worry was that, you know, oh, I hit 158, is it gonna, you know, like you said, you know, is it gonna low roll this or not?
I'm also happy I landed my stop spell first try, but of course, when I do that, it's guaranteed he has nothing, and he had nothing.
Yeah, I was expecting the same thing. No sleep, and then when I started getting down to the very bit, I'm like, please have heal. Please, like let me just have something.
Yeah, well, it ultimately didn't work out, but I think you had the very similar experience to everyone else on that first dive, where 16 just did not seem like it was enough, even for other players. I know Beta went to 17 and was pretty easily able to dispatch him, and we're kind of thinking the same thing here for DK, perhaps, because he's on that fight now, having gained that last level. The only difference we really saw in those first dives was DK died to the droll on 16 and then immediately went back.
I'm not surprised. I mean, Drolls were terrible. Like it looks like they had like 25% DL2 and they had a ton of attack power. Like they were hitting me for over 50 even at the end. And they were just random encounters in the bottom zone as well. So it's just like, ugh.
Yeah, it's what cost me a heal more before the Dragonlord. Just getting hit twice, no stop spell, nothing. Just getting hit twice, and I had to waste my, waste the heal more because I wasted a bunch of herbs on my walk.
Yeah, and we had the stats up there. The one, saving grace was they only had 66 agility, so they could be ran from, theoretically, We know how that can be with Charlock, but at least they weren't like a complete roadblock going through. I know we saw a lot of people die to them early on in the game because they just seemed to be in the same areas that the other interesting stuff was.
Yeah, my other fear too was the slime being good, because I didn't take it on in the swamp cave, and when I finally found one, it only 6 experience, so I was kind of happy going for the ghost, especially seeing Diabetes go for the rogue scorpion here.
Yeah, I think if you're like him and you're going to take a death warp or just immediately nope out once you run out of MP, this makes sense. But like a long protracted grind, I don't think this beats the ghost, which was really where everyone was. And on, speaking of that, DK on his last hit takes out the Dragonlord. So GG's to him. This was his third run through here, second Dragonlord fight, and is gonna escape from this race in third place.
Oh wow, he had to be biting his nails on that. Oh my goodness, last attack.
Yeah, we weren't studying the rolls, but yeah, Schmeich said 187 on 17 swings is not what you would be expecting. That's what a damage average of 11, and I think it's supposed to be closer to 13 at that AP. But that's how DWR is. So, while we're watching Diabetes kind of finish up here, waiting on DK to jump in, this is not unusual territory for both of you. Betastrep winning the first race, Angel finishing in second place. What are you thinking about going into next week, either of you?
Next week? By next week, you mean Friday? I mean,
Yes.
I fully expect Angel to win, and I fully expect to not find a grind, and I fully expect to just give up. Kidding.
Well, hey, I mean, obviously we hope that doesn't happen. But the flag set is so rough, right? It's got so many different things, and even though you know what's on, just being able to reliably anticipate everything that's going to happen is just crazy.
Yeah, the kitchen sink flag set, it basically puts the clamps on exploration, because you're probably not going to find anything useful other than gold and keys maybe, and that's it. Like, you'll have to fight something to get any plot progression or the sword or the armor if they're not in throne room again. And it is chaos enemies, so the pool of enemies on the guard tiles is fixed, so it's hard to say whether they'll be easy or not, but generally speaking, they probably won't be gettable, at least early on. And we don't get hurt more, so we could very easily get stuck if we have a nasty zone that we have to walk through to get to anything else. Like, we won't be able to one-shot anything with hurt more, and if sleep comes late, we might be really up against it.
Yeah, it's just the possibility of having a long protracted seed is almost guaranteed just by the flag set itself, which isn't exactly what people necessarily want to are used to doing. But I guess this is the end of Winter League. This is when everything gets about as tough as it possibly can be. Do you have any thoughts about next week, Angel, before we transition over?
I'm gonna win, so that's all.
All right, love to hear it. Like to hear the bravado. But on that note, GG to DK coming in with a fairly respectable time here. First thoughts about the race?
I successfully ran first time from every single droll the entire game. And then on the first dive, I triple run fail die. What the heck was that?
Had you made it to the spike, or was it just before it? I can't remember.
It was after the spike. I literally killed the droll, spike, took 2 steps, ran into another droll, and got run blocked multiple times. And then it happened again on that last dive. I got triple run blocked. Not a single other droll in the entire game blocked me. And it wasn't like I would come in first or second, but it did. Heck, that was a good 6 or 7 minutes with the walk and dive all the way down there.
Who knows? It might have been pretty close, and it's kind of hard to tell because by the time that you did fight the Dragonlord and ended up going down, you saw some people finishing possibly, so you kind of knew, what you're in for. But I don't know. I'm not gonna make any excuses. But you had a very interesting race because you seemed to be off pace from the beginning. Just had a really, really rough start getting going. Armor in Sharlock on a permanent repel, or armor, in Tantagel on a permanent repel speed is basically a meme. So what were you kind of thinking there at the beginning?
Well, I wanted to grind those fairy waters, and I did. Grabbed several. Couldn't find a single enemy that would let me kill them with it, though. Nothing. The first 3 enemies I ran into, sleep would fail. And I could get 2 fairy waters off on one of them and only 1 off on the others, and it wasn't enough to kill anything. It was like just at the 10-minute mark, I finally ran into a ghost and I was able to hit that thing with 4 fairy waters.
Yeah, the ghost was the I don't know. Honestly, like there was a poltergeist that was okay, but it seemed like the ghost was the only enemy worth fighting this entire seed. I mean, there's a lot of enemies we didn't see, but we weren't exactly looking for them either. You know, starting with armor, unless there was something really easy worth 300 some experience, you know, we weren't going to see anything better than that, I think.
No, agreed. And I didn't see the poltergeist until like my second or third trip up north past Rim there, is when I finally saw that thing. The other thing I think that went kind of south was every time I literally went south, I died to a gold man that wouldn't let me run. So it was like, gosh, 30 minutes before I got to the sword down in Grave?
Yeah, and the sword mattered a little bit. It didn't matter a lot. You found, I think, Remolder with the axe, which I think all the other players ended up finding Cantlin first, although I'm not sure. I mean, nobody really went in and got through Grave really quick, though. Like, I think Angel was level 9 or 10 before he cleared it, just because it wasn't the safest zone in the world. I think there were knights in there punching for, like, near 100 damage.
Yeah, the knights were brutal. Yeah, this is a brutal seed. It's exactly what I would hope for from both a player perspective and hopefully from a chat perspective. It's exactly what you dream of if you're a viewer. You got permanent repel with the armor right away. You got terrible enemies across the board, and we only saw about a grand total of maybe 15 various enemy types, if that.
Yeah, there really just wasn't that many to go because they were all kind of hidden from us from the beginning of the game. So, worthy of note, we're just kind of watching what Diabetes is in. He had to just burn a heal more there. I don't know if he will be before that or not, but that could be really rough because I mean we saw he's going in the same level as you, and you got there on your last hit. Were you like counting the math on the rolls on your DL2 fight?
Yeah, so 135 with that 8 to 17 range. I rolled 7 9s. 7 9s. But I was at 178 when I took that final swing with another 9, by the way. That ended me at 187.
Yeah, we already saw the Dragonlord. Actually, all 4 of you were fighting the Dragonlord at the exact same time. It was just Angel and Beta's second fight, so they had a bit better idea what was going on. And Beta at 17, Angel at 18, and I don't know how close you came on the first one. I think the lack of fairy water didn't help, but I think somebody broke 170 on their first fight, which we saw the Dragonlord have 182.
Yeah, and I had 5 fairy waters, which was the max I could have, but the fairy waters rolled junk. I think I had 113. I had 2 9s on the fairy waters as well out of those 5. I got up to 159 on that one. And, I thought about it at that point in time, but that was already my second dive. But anyway, I'll let everybody say GG's to Diabetes, not to take your job from you. Get those GG's out in chat for Diabetes. But yeah, I should have listened to myself after the first dive and realized no one's finished yet. I know I started behind. I should just grind out another level. I think that would have been the smart play there.
Well, it's always easy to say what the smart play is afterwards. So, but yes, we do have Diabetes finishing with a final time of 1 hour, 42 minutes, and 37 seconds. I believe that was his 3rd fight on the Dragonlord. So, combined total of everyone, we ended up going. The Dragonlord went 5 and 4 against you guys today.
That's fantastic. It's a fitting finish for this whole seed, for sure.
So, this is another Winter League finals for you. I think you were in here 2 years ago. 3rd place in the first race doesn't, I imagine that doesn't feel good, although getting through this one with more than, 1 point after the beginning probably gives you some hope.
I got 3rd in both of the other ones 2 years ago, which set up the triple tiebreaker. So if, Beta wants to do terrible next race and Diabetes wants to turn it around and Angel sits in that second, I'm more than willing to get another third here and set up the triple tiebreaker.
Whoa. Hey, I had bad luck on this tiebreaker thing. I don't want this to happen.
Well, maybe that'll happen, except DK will get second and you can get third, and then you guys can have your own little tiebreaker. I don't think we do tiebreakers for not first, right?
That would be silly.
And on that note, DiabeetusT has joined us. GG, sir, if you can hear us, let us know, I don't know, what your first thoughts are about this.
Thanks for the GGs, guys. Appreciate it. And GG, of course, to Beta, to Angel, and to DK on finishing that one out. That was a very challenging seed. It's funny how it started, and it was frustrating, but I guess funny how it ended, too.
Yeah, I think in your situation, I think you sat on the ghost the longest at the beginning. I think both the Angel and betastrep went a little longer. And then we commented before, the experience lead in this race bounced back and forth between people, and it was all just who decided to sit on the ghost win, because there was really nothing else in this seed other than that was worth anything.
Yeah, absolutely true. It's tough in this type of flag set, especially with permanent repel and especially with chaos enemies, where you don't know what's good, what's bad, what's going to be worth a lot, what's worth a little, what's going to be easy to fight, and what's not easy to fight. The thought is, at least mine, is if you have a good grind, stick with it as long as you can. The problem is that there's always that, well, what if there's another zone somewhere else? Instead of one good enemy, maybe there's two, or maybe there's something worth 250 instead of 190 XP. Or maybe there's, a spike tile that's really good. It's so tough to make that call. But I mean, at some point, I really wanted Heal More, Hurt More. I ended up leaving, I think, at 12, which was a level early for that, but basically explored literally the entire map. I believe Garenham was in like the last 4 tiles that I hadn't seen yet. So that was fun. And then it was just the grind decision at the very end. And the ghost was still the best option. But at the same time, there were some times that I went like, I don't even know, 150 steps, 200 steps without an encounter. It was nuts. You're expecting 1 in 40, but I ended up going obviously for the Rogue Scorpion, and in Hawksness, it's like at least it's a consistent encounter.
Yeah, we weren't. I don't know. It seemed like from us that the Rogue Scorpion ended up being a little bit worse than the Ghost, just for your experience versus the other players. But it was a little hard to tell, because by the time I think you finally went down at the end to grind, you were actually a little bit behind. I think Angel and DK were at 14, and you and Beta were at 12, and yeah, it just seemed like the Beta got the levels a little bit faster than you, kind of doing the same thing there. Although I know you didn't go to the Rogue till 14, with Hurt More, but still.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, for me, the race wasn't won or lost in that ending. I think it was won or lost. Well, it was lost much earlier. I think I made a lot of kind of silly mistakes. I didn't even use the wing at the start, and I had to reset like 30 seconds in because I was either not paying attention or just distracted. It's like, well, that was dumb. And just a few other things, like I didn't pick up the large shield on my way into Sharlock the first time through. When I did do a dive of Sharlock, because everything else was so bad, it's like maybe there's going to be an enemy in Sharlock that's really, really strong, but has like no HP and gives like 200 XP, so we'll make the dive. Maybe we'll check the spike tile. But I failed to check the Dragonlord, which is really what I should have done and thought about like 10 minutes later. Even if you just walk in, see what DL1 is like, throw a stop spell at DL2, see if he casts a spell real quick, and then just take the L real fast, because I had less than 100 attack power. That was a huge, huge mistake, not doing that. Whether it would have made a difference, I don't know. I know that I died on DL1 or DL2 having done like 157, I think, which obviously he was somewhere around 180. But that was going in a heal more down and casting 2 stop spells on DL1 or DL2. So it's not impossible that could have somehow at level 16 turned out okay for me, and I would have sniped maybe. But geez, that must have been a really exciting DL2 fight with 3 of us there all at once.
There were 4 of you there, actually, and the whole sequence was exciting too, because DK started going, then you started going, and betastrep was behind, and you all three kept like kind of flipping spots on the way down. And I think, I think Beta ended up getting to the fight before you. I'll let you rewatch it. You don't need to give you the full play-by-play, but I mean, the hit points from the Dragonlord were 182, which just seemed just a little bit out of reach of where you and DK were. Maybe a little bit worse in your situation, because I think you your MP situation wasn't as good on that fight.
Yeah, I got stuck by a metal scorpion. Strangely enough, I think it was the only one I ran into in 3 or how many Sherlock dives did I do? 4, I guess. I think it's the only one I ran into. It was on that dive, and it was punching me for like 60, and I failed to run. I failed to put it to sleep, and then it's like, I know I can kill it with hurt more. It's like, well, there's a heal more and 3 or 4 herbs down. So that was a problem. And then again, with spending a couple of turns casting stop spell, I don't think that was another heal more lost, but it's 2 swings lost, if nothing else. So theoretically, with 3 extra swings from 157 to 182 is a big stretch, but again, it's not impossible, certainly at 131. So it could have turned out different second fight. I just rolled very poorly. I think I only got like literally 1 swing extra in, even with 2 extra heal mores.
Right, and we were talking about the second fights, or your second fight and DK's second fight, where he was able to get through, and it took him. He went at level 17 and won on his last swing. Where, I mean, when you saw your level 17 fight, he had a very big struggle on that one, but he came pretty close, which I think was a little bit more in line with what it should have been.
Yeah, it sounds like it. I imagine that Beta and Angel also were level 17 on their victory fights.
Angel ended up going to 18. He never found the death necklace, which did account for another level, but then also he didn't have to find coal, so there was that at least.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, the exploration got me pretty bad in that one, but realistically, I needed to find that last town anyway, so it was. Especially in a seed like this where you're really struggling to find anything to grind, I guess the exploration was worth it. At least you determined there definitely is nothing worth killing anywhere. The ghost, that's it.
Well, I guess you look forward to next week. Is there anything, or I keep saying next week, I'm sorry, our race in 2 days. Is there anything you're looking forward to specifically in that race, flag-wise or anything?
Probably not. Turning everything on and seeing what happens is kind of it'll be a fun experience, probably more for chat and for viewers than it will be for us. But then again, I'm sure the beginning and end of this one was as well. So I can't say that I'm looking necessarily forward or against anything in particular. I think it has the potential to be extremely trolly and awful, but very much like this one, it also has the potential to be lickety split fast, depending on if we pick up a sword early and how much we have to dive into the mega dungeons to find the things. But obviously, with a fourth place finish in this one, the stars have to align in terms of finishes. I mean, it has to be straight reverse. I have to finish first, and DK second, and Angel third, Beta fourth, just to get the crazy tiebreaker. Which it's possible, but I'm not going to count on it. So just go out and put a good performance in, have some fun.
Yeah, that's the attitude, that best attitude I think you can have for it. So, do any of you runners have any questions for anybody else about the race? I know I've been kind of dominating these interviews.
Did anybody else pick up the flute? I did, because I saw a golem hit me for 80, and I was immediately scared of seeing them in Sharlock and potentially on the spike tile.
I ended up with it because I didn't have a full inventory when I found it, so it inserted.
I did, because I had no idea about the golem, and apparently I never found out. Well, I saw the golem in Sharlock, but I never got hit by one.
I had it and used it. Thought maybe the golem was going to be my ticket to victory, and it turns out it was a ticket to absolutely nothing, just like everything else.
Sounds about right.
Did anybody find any other enemies at any point that were worth literally anything? I found, I think, 3 that were worth triple digits. The Gold Man, which was near home, super early, gone super early because of the armor and stats. Poltergeist, which I think I found like, well, the stats will pop up here, but like 3 or 4 of maybe the entire seed in no particular consistent place. I think they were in Swamp/Mountain 1. And then the Ghost, obviously. Was there anything anywhere that was worth fighting at any point?
Not that I saw. I mean, there was Poltergeist like east to start in the hills and kind of northwest on the way to Charlock, but really not really worth going after compared to the Ghost.
Yeah, I
think
also
saw
didn't
a
see
race
anything.
night worth like 90 or something that was a one-shot kill, but that was it. Like there was literally nothing else that I saw that was triple digits or anywhere near it.
Yeah, it wasn't even that they weren't triple digits, it's that they weren't even good double digits. I don't think I've ever seen that many single digit 10, 12, 15s total in a seed. That was kind of crazy.
Yeah, this was one of those, like, you might say fun for chat, but then not so fun once you realize that everyone's going to be grinding on Ghost all game. All right, I think I don't have any more questions. Beef, sorry, I've been kind of dominating here. Do you have any questions to ask for our runners?
No, it's all good. I'm just wondering if anybody caught how many ghosts total were killed, because I think there's just no more left for the next race. I think we just annihilated all of them from here on out. But yeah, no questions here. It was a great fun race to watch, and GG's to everybody. Looking forward to the next one.
All right, and again for chat, the next race is in 2 days. We will be 8 p.m. We'll be doing race number 2. Same runners, same channel here in RPG Limit Break. So on behalf of my co-commentator Beef Supreme, our trackers Shihali and RG365, and our restreamer CyberDark86, I'm Aaron to you too. Thank you very much, and look forward to the race coming on Friday.